Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. It's like double honors to the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word in truth, sincerity, and indeed. I'm Brother Kapatazar from the Great Millstone, Chicago branch, coming at you with another real quick, Lord willing, edifying lesson. And what you're about to hear is extremely disturbing. I never heard of this story. This happened back in the 1980s. All right, 1982, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see from the headline, I can't say that A word, but 17,000 bodies found in a shipping container. Okay? This is just heinous, egregious on so many levels, purely wicked. All right? Merciless. And this is just a small microcosm of the bloodshed that happens here on earth, man. Okay? This is a small insight to it. Like I said, this is back in the 80s. So it's even worse now. All right? I'm not going to play the whole video, but I'm going to just let y'all hear this.
Malvin Weisberg, a pathologist, owned a large storage container which he kept in his backyard.
Weisberg, all right? Weisberg. So you already know who you're dealing with, okay? He kept a storage container in his yard.
When he failed to make the final 2 payments, it was repossessed.
We made a decision to repossess it because his check did not clear the bank. And so we sent the truck out to pick up the container.
I rolled out there and took the box up and started pulling it up. And it was so heavy, it broke the winch.
And we couldn't get it off the trailer, so we had to leave it on the trailer because it was too heavy. So I was asked by Nick to have a crew go down and unload the container at the other yard.
I got a radio call that from Ron Gillette, the foreman, and he said the men were throwing up and there was something really wrong.
One of them fell down and hit me right in front of my feet. And it was opened up, and there it was. It was a mutilated body. And the more closer I looked at it, it was a human body.
And when I came to work the following day, I saw it myself. I couldn't believe it. And just little bitty babies, just all quarter pieces. Their heads chopped off, arms, legs, it just makes you sick to see something like that. Well, really, it's just, it makes you want to cry when you see something like that.
Starting at the very front of this container, it was just walled clear to the ceiling and clear to the sides, filled with them.
I really don't want to witness it again. Not what I saw.
All right, that's fucking horrifying, man. And mind you, all right, Weisberg, he never spent 1 minute in jail. You see, he didn't spend 17,000 deleted fetuses, man. He didn't spend 1 minute in jail. These motherfuckers literally get away with murder here in America. All right. Psalm 73 and 5. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Okay? In their eyes, they're untouchable because they work for the right corporation due to their quote unquote occupation, the science, So therefore they get excused. This motherfucker had 17,000 dead infants in his backyard, man. All right. I got the story on it. 16,433 bodies found, man. This is insane, man. Dismembered. In 1980, Malvin Weisberg, who lived in an upscale neighborhood, Woodland Hills, western part of LA, San Bernardino Valley. All right, I'm going to just... All right, he defaulted on payments for the storage container. He was supposedly storing tennis court lights. Tennis court lights. He defaulted on the payment. On February 4th, when workers opened the door to the steel box now parked in the container yard, they were overwhelmed with the stench of decaying human flesh. When they looked inside, they saw bodies strewn among open boxes and plastic buckets. One worker described the scene as a war zone and reported watching a headless body tumble forward. Do you hear this shit, man? Do you hear this, man? All right. I'm going to skip down. Some had been dead for more than 2 years. Some were at least 30 weeks old. All were severely mutilated through salt poisoning or dismemberment with surgical knives. The smell, the buzz of flies, and the sight of mangled infant bodies made the autopsy procedure difficult for the doctors. Many of the bodies still had labels that identified the deleters. All right. But man, y'all can look this story up, man. All right. I'm gonna end it off with this quote from the then president Ronald Reagan. Okay. This is what he said. He said, "The terrible irony about this sudden discovery is not that so many human lives were legally deleted, but that they are only a tiny proportion of the 1.5 million unborn children quietly destroyed in our nation this year." So this is back in 1982. This is the truth that many would not rather face. This is back in, so it's astronomical amounts of children that get deleted on the shores of America. And you suppose there's not a judgment for this? You suppose that the Heavenly Father is just looking at this and this place ain't gonna get wiped out? Are you crazy? Are you insane? This is New Canaan all over again. All right? This is the book of Obadiah. Because who's responsible? Who owns the corporations that do this shit? Who funds these places? Who funds these institutions? Who are the heads of these institutions? The chairmen, the CEOs. Who's running this shit? Esau, Edom. All right, Weisberg, one of the small hats, Amalek, the chief house of Esau. Blood upon blood upon blood is on their hands, man. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 15. "For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head," man. So you, oh my God. The house of Esau is going to be exterminated. Point blank. Point blank. All right. Point blank. This is the book, continuing in Obadiah, verse 18. "And the house of Jacob," all right, which is the Israelites, okay, the children of Israel, "and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame." The house of Joseph, okay, so Jacob, so in this verse, Jacob, they're referring to the southern kingdom. The house of Joseph is referring to the northern kingdom, okay? All right, so Jacob shall be a fire, the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau, you small hatters, and the rest of your relatives, all right, that entire house, that entire race, right, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh have spoken it. And this right here is a very, very, very justifiable reason why the house of Esau is going to be exterminated, man. Because it is. All right? So much blood has polluted the land of America, man. From its beginning, from the genesis, the beginning of America, man. Even to this very day, so much bloodshed is upon this land. This land is cursed, man. Okay? And the only way to make it right, Esau, you gotta go. You gotta go. You just like the Canaanites, man. This is Numbers 35 and 33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are. For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. See that? So Esau, you had these institutions, man. You're at the forefront of this shit. You make this practice legal. This nigga had a container of dead bodies in his back fucking yard, man. Dead, mutilated, decaying, rotting infant flesh, man. In his backyard. In an upscale neighborhood. My God. And didn't serve a second. He never even saw a handcuff, man. Well, not legally, at least. You know, you fucking Edomites, you Amalekites, y'all some real sick weirdos, man. All right? But he never faced punitive measures. You see? Got away with this shit scot-free. But you're not going to get away, Esau. All right? Great judgment is coming to the house of Esau, man. This is insane. And I can, like I said, this came out, this was reported in 1982, man. I never even heard of this. I can only fucking imagine the type of things this devil is doing, man. All right, you got the dark web out there for a reason. You can only imagine what's going on out here, man. The eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are witnessing just all type of just profound wickedness, man. It has to come to an end. This guy has to go. And it's because Yahweh Shem Yahushua hasn't judged him yet. He really feels as though he's getting away with this shit, man. All right? You thought what? You thought the Heavenly Father was all together like you? Hold on. Psalms 51 and 21. These things have you done, and I kept silence. Thou thought I was altogether such a one as thyself. See that? So Esau, you think the Heavenly Father is with this. Continuing, it says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes, man. So all this wickedness that you've done, the Lord is finna put all of this before your face. All right, he's going to lay it all out. He's already putting the spirit on the prophets to throw the book at you, the book being the Holy Scriptures. So now your judgment soon come. Like the Benjamites say, hey, soon come. All right. Verse 22, now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces and there be none to deliver, man. Okay. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to tear this devil into pieces, and nobody will be able to get him out of that jam. Nobody will be able to deliver the house of Esau once the Heavenly Father has began to administer the judgment. You're not going to get away with this shit, man. Okay? This is New Canaan. New Canaan. Wisdom of Solomon 12. I just brought this out recently. All right, because the fucking Canaanites, they were doing the same madness. It just wasn't on this level. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land. Who are those old inhabitants? The Canaanites. All right. The Holy Land is the land of Canaan. All right. It was changed to the land of Israel. Verse 4. Whom thou hated. The Heavenly Father hated those Canaanites for doing what? For doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. And that's what this damn devil does. If you think he's not doing strange rites and seances, all right, on these clinics, if you think there's not witchcraft of any form or fashion being done, you're out of your mind. All right. Verse 5. And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh, cannibals, and the feasts of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. And that's what this fucking devil has legalized today. All right. And that's what these wicked ass bitches protest and march for. All right. Is their right to get away with murder. All right. They try to throw, oh, grape. That only accounts for like fucking 1% of the cases. These bitches are whores. And they think they're getting away with murder. It's a lot of blood on America's hands, man. The Heavenly Father's going to deal with this bitch accordingly. And we can't wait, man. I'm going to end with Ezekiel. This is fucking sick. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35. Son of man, Salakia. I'll start at 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Who is Mount Seir? You Edomites. And prophesy against it, and say to it, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and you shall be desolate, and you shall know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and have shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Why? Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee a perpetual desolation. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh, man. All right. Esau, you out of there, man. This is vile and sick. Esau, you out of there, man. All right. The Heavenly Father is going to fucking extirpate you small hatters and the rest of you fucking devils. Shalom.